Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be reviewing Batwoman Rebirth Volume 2, and this one is called Wonderland. This one is basically based where Batwoman tries and finds the many arms of death, and she stumbles across Scarecrow, and then we find out later on that one of her dad's privates are there as well, and that he is also intoxicated with Scarecrow's kind of injection, which also gets injected by Batwoman. It's quite a, yeah, so that's the synopsis of the story kind of thing. I don't want to give too much away, like I try and keep it on a low profile every time I do a review, but this time it is quite thin what we got. I mean, we only got 7 to 11 issues, and I don't know why, but I just feel like there's literally nothing in there this time. I did pay the original price, which was £11.99, and I did write some I did write just some notes just to, you know, give me a little bit of a helping hand. So if I look down a little bit, it's because I'm looking at my phone. This is the cover that we got this month. Well, this one. There wasn't much vanity art cover that I liked as such. These two are okay, but they're still not my favourite. So yeah, so let's go in a little bit deeper of why I didn't like, why this one was so bad. So I feel as though they're trying to make Batwoman more into the Bat family, which is fair enough because obviously she's already in the Bat family. I completely, you know, stand by that for 100%, but I feel like they're trying to make her more into a Batman, if that makes sense. A bit more of a good doer. I understand, like, obviously she is with Batman now, and obviously not Black Mask. Completely understand that, and I know she's not on her own either anymore. Completely understand that, but I feel like the way they write her is a lot different to how they used to write her, and I just really don't enjoy reading it as much as not. So it's kind of just like, let's say in a Batman comic, you'll have like beginning, middle, and end, and I just feel like with Batwoman, it never used to be like that until probably volume 4 or 5, I'm gonna say, and then especially with the last 2 volumes of this one, so this one and volume 1, it's been so the same kind of chemical you'd make Batman comics in a way. She is also, I've noticed as well, fighting a lot. I know, again, I know she's obviously doing what Batman wants, but she's kind of fighting the same villains as Batman, and it's just introducing them into Batwoman, and they always did it, like, I don't mind it, but when there's, like, at least, like, 4 to 5 of them popping up, and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? It kind of just loses the connection with Batwoman as a story overall, and I just feel like they could have added different characters in there rather than just having, like, you know, Scarecrow and other villains that have been in Batman. This really silly path where it's constantly, you know, not knowing herself, not knowing who she's become, always just lost. And on this one especially, she was constantly just driving herself down, and I'm just like, look, we've been doing this since volume 4. I know how you're feeling, but come on, you need to get past this. And I just constantly feel like it's more of a Batman arc rather than a Batwoman comic now. As part of the story, really, I wasn't really intrigued by it. I kind of guessed that this was gonna happen since the last volume. This is probably it's probably why it took me so long to read this and to review it. It's just because I knew the story was going to go in this path, and there's no real story with her. She's just doing what Batman wants, and I just feel like that isn't a way for her to go as such, because obviously we have Barbara, we have Nightwing, we have Robin, you know, all the kind of Bat family are kind of doing the same thing, and I just feel like, you know, they need to kind of bring in a different, like, I'm trying to think of the word. They need to just bring in a bit more of the actual character rather than just following the simple Batman ingredients as such. Although in this volume they do mention Beth, which is obviously Batwoman's sister, which we also found out in volume 4 or 5 she was still alive, of New 52. And she is now called Alice. And they do mention her quite a bit in this, and I did actually like that. Because obviously they haven't got rid of her altogether, which I was a bit worried about after volume 6 and the 52. And it is quite nice. I mean, she still thinks about her and stuff, but you actually haven't saw her face yet. I'm not too sure if you see the faces in the other volumes, but you haven't actually saw her yet. You saw her as a kid, which you did in the new 52 as well, but in this one you didn't actually see her. And obviously this is like the second volume, and I'm kind of just like, well, are you gonna see Beth? Are you not gonna see Beth? How are you gonna make her look in this issues? I really thought they would have moved the story on a little bit after the new 52, after volume 6, because of what happened to Batwoman and how, and like, you know, in the end of what happened to Batwoman, and Alice at the end kind of becoming more of a Batwoman. I feel as though Batwoman is cool and she is a kick-ass superhero, just as much as she once was. Just, I feel like they really are clinging on to the kind of Batman chemical with this now, and kind of just trying to go more Batman more, if that makes sense. But I do miss how sassy she used to be. I miss how she used to have her own character in a sense. Like, she used to do her own thing and not really care about the consequences as much until like it was at the fatal point. And also she didn't really care about what Bruce / Batman cared about as much. She wasn't so up his anus as she is now, I feel like. And I just like, I don't understand why they're doing this, because overall she's such a sassy character that the way that they portray her in this is so different to how she could be. This, I definitely think, is a 2 out of 5 for me. I definitely wouldn't recommend reading the Rebirth. I mean, if you enjoy it, that's fair enough. And obviously, don't just go by my review of this. But for me, being a Batwoman lover, from reading the whole New 52 arc to then reading this, I'm just a bit like, I'm seriously wasting my money on this. So this will definitely be my last purchase of Batwoman. I won't be selling the comic book. I probably will keep it, and I might buy the Rebirths if I can find them cheap. But again, this is the last time that I'll be reading it, and I'm just really disappointed in how they've portrayed her and how they've gone forward with her. I do feel like her character arc has gone into a complete abyss. Like, it's just not for me as a reader. I really don't enjoy the stories that they entail in this anymore, and I just feel like it could have been a bit better, personally. But if you obviously want to read good Batwoman, go and buy New 52 volume 1 to 3 or 4. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I know this has been a bit of a bad one, but I thought you guys should know how I'm feeling about this, because obviously how much I've loved Batwoman in the past, and I just feel like this is just doing no justice for her, and I just feel like they just need to move on. So I'm really sorry for the very bad review of this, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!